you go. Got brew. Right, so betting exchanges. Okay, now there are a number of them, so let me show you. I already logged into one there, but there's Betfair.com, which is the one I'll go over today. There's smarkits.com, which is this one. Hopefully you can see my cursor. There's another one I use called Matchbook. Matchbook.com. As if you want a little tip, you can put all these in a folder. If you create a folder on here, add folder. I've got one here called PA Setup. Okay, this is in Chrome. It doesn't do quite the same thing in Internet Explorer. I don't know about Firefox or anything on the Mac. If you right click it and open all, and it opens all the windows that you need all at once. So you're not forever having to type stuff in. Quick tip for you there. Excuse me. So there's three. There's also a couple of others, but I'm not going to go into them. One's owned by Ladbrokes. So one of them's owned by Paddy Power. I'm not sure it's Betfair that's owned by Paddy Power or something like that. Anyway, this is an exchange. Sorry, no, this is Betfair. And Betfair do a number of books. What people in the betting world call books. I'm not a gambler, so forgive me if I get some of the gambling stuff wrong. They have a normal everyday sports book, which is the same as if you went to William Hill. Well, I'm not going to go there, but if you go to William Hill online or something like that, Ladbrokes in Britain, then, sorry, if I'm looking away, it's because I'm looking at the screen, sorry. We've got this sports book, which is the same. You can get the odds on the games, and you notice that it's only ever for an event to happen. So you can bet on Swansea to win, Swansea to as an event. You can bet on Swansea and Watford to draw. You can bet on Watford to win. You can't bet against any of that. If you want to bet against Swansea winning, you have to bet one bet on the draw and one bet on Watford winning. If you want to bet against Watford winning, you have to place a bet on the draw and a bet on Swansea, and the odds just go a bit weird, and you don't really want to do that. Now, Betfair Sportsbook is generally the best value sportsbook you can get. Normally, you get the best odds here that I see anyway. But their exchange is here. You see here it says exchange. They've also got a casino, but exchange is what we're after. Now, the exchange is a different thing within Betfair, and this is what Betfair's famous for rather than the normal sport book. But just let me show you in Leicester City, in Smarkits. I said Leicester City because it's the top of the tab. Smarkits don't have a sport book. They only have an only have an exchange. If you want to back something, place a back bet. If you don't know what that is, go to my website, watch the video. If you want to place a back bet here with Smarkits and actually with Matchbook, you have to actually do it in the exchange. But Betfair have a sports book as well. Anyway, so Betfair exchange is what we're going to be using the most. So let's say you go to Coral or any other internet gambling site and you want to bet on, is there anything in play at the minute? Looks like we've got Southampton, Man United. Man United are winning 1-0. Let's go with something that's not playing yet, sorry. We can find something. Exchange, home, let's go football. This won't take any more than another couple of minutes. I'm not going to span this out for half an hour like I normally do. Coming up, Leicester Liverpool at 5:30 today. So what are we looking at? Well, you could go to a bookmaker and place a back bet, say £10 at whatever. Tell you what, let's do it. Let's go to Coral. Sports book. button. Now I'm not actually logged in now. I've come to an incognito window, so I don't need to log in. Otherwise, it'll just log me straight in. There's loads of new customer offers here. Look at this. New customer offer 25 to 1. That's decimal 26. You can get decimal 26 on that game. Why doesn't it show me the football for today, please? It's got the football for today, but it's Brazilian Cup. I'm in the Britain. Here we go. Okay, Leicester Liverpool. It's showing me these weird odds, but the draw is 4. If you want to work out the decimal, you add them together and divide by the bottom. So 10 over 3. Sorry. 10 plus 3. 13 divided by 3. So it's 4.333 for this one, and 4 for that one. And I think that's 1.8 on that one, I think. Or maybe 1.2. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So we've got a bet. We'll put a bet on the draw at 4. So you can bet for the draw, for the home win, the draw, or the away win. You can't bet against any of it. But what we can do is we can come here to Betfair, and we can look. Remember to back the draw with 4 in at Coral. And pull it up again just to remind you. Leicester Liverpool draw is 4. 3 plus 1 divided by 1 is 4. So it's 4 decimal. Well, here to back the draw, these are the 2 columns we care about: the pink and the blue. The blue very clearly labelled back all. The pink very clearly labelled lay all. Betfair starting price, you probably won't have that on your screen. I enable it for when I'm horse racing or doing the horse racing. You can't imagine me on a horse. But you can see you can back at 4.1, so you've instantly got better odds just by coming here and placing a back bet. You know, so why wouldn't you? Anyway, so we've got Leicester, Liverpool, and the draw, just like they have at Coral. In order to place a back bet, it was 4 at Coral, not 4.1. But what we can do here is lay it. We can say, with this pink one, this is the to not win. So we can say, sorry, yeah, to not win or for the event to not happen. So we can say, you back the draw at Coral at 4, and then you can back against the draw here at 4.2. And that's all this is showing you. It's showing you what the back bet is within Betfair, which we hardly ever use. You don't back in Betfair and lay in Betfair. You back in Coral, so you get odds 4 in Coral. And what we use this for is the lay bet. So lay bet here is 4.2. Now what is it in? So this is Leicester Liverpool. Let's go to Markets. Leicester Liverpool draw. This is 4.2 as well. Okay, so it's 4.2 and 4.2. So in this case, I would use Smarkets. And the reason I would use Smarkets, because they only have 2% commission, whereas Betfair have 5% commission. So if you're paying 4.2 at 5% commission, that's obviously you're not winning as much. They're going to take more off you. It's only a few pennies really, usually, but it all adds up. So that's all you're looking at here. You're looking at the teams, the events that can happen, and we can bet against them to happen. Now you might be wondering what these columns are and what these columns are. Remember in my description I said this Betfair itself is where people meet up to place bets against each other. Some people are placing back bets, some people are placing lay bets, and that makes the market shift. You know, if there's more demand on a back bet, it puts pressure. If especially when it's in play, if a team scores, the odds automatically get in their favour and, you know, basically drop. What this is showing you are the previous odds and the next odds, and it'll slide that way or this way. So if Leicester's odds become more favourable, it will drop to 4.5, and then it will drop to 4.4, and then it will drop to 4.3. If they become less favourable, it will go up to 4.7 and up to 4.8. Now, when you're doing something called Betfair trading, you can actually put your money on these things here and these things here. But we're not Betfair trading. I can show you that another day. You wouldn't use really this tool for Betfair trading, even though it's Betfair. For match betting, where you want to guarantee your profits, no risk whatsoever, not even 25p, not even 5 pence, not even 1 pence, 1 penny, you need to be looking at this column in conjunction with the back odds at Coral. So let's have a quick look at if I just quickly go into Profit Accumulator. Profit Accumulator has a calculator. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, I was going to place this bet. Then let's say I was going to put a tenner down. I found an offer, put a tenner down, and you can get a £10 free bet. So I'll go to the bookmaker. It happens to be Coral that I've got on, but you know, I'll put £10 down at 4. So I'll put £10 down at 4. We'll make that bet. And then the lay odds, I would put in here 4.2 if I'm using Betfair. 4.2, and it's already set at 5% because it's Betfair. Now, to place that bet, to place the bet for the event to happen, and to place the bet here against the event to happen, means I've covered every eventuality. No matter what happens, I'm either going to win or lose on both sides. Okay, so the overall situation I will find myself in is I will be down 84 pence. So no matter what happens in that game, if I was to bet on whatever this was, Leicester Liverpool here, and place a £10 bet at Coral, I would actually spend 84p, but I cannot win, and I cannot lose. I could only spend 84p. You with me? Then what happens is you get the free bet. Let's say this was a £10 free bet. I'm just using the £10 free bet token with the same odds. We can even put it on the same game if it came quick enough, and I win £6.87. Okay, guaranteed to win £6.87 with exactly the same bet, but using a free bet token instead of my own £10. And what was the normal? So it's £6.87 less 84p. So you're going to win basically £6, £6 and 3p on that combination of bets. So Betfair, this is your lay bet. Now you may start to come down here into these areas, and you can get the full list of all the things you can bet on here. These are called markets. So you've got the correct score market, the over-under market, the half-time score market, half-time, full-time market, half-time market. And the favourite ones people generally stick to, certainly early on, the match odds. I think it's called match odds in this. I can't find it. No, it's in there somewhere. Match odds, which is basically this. Match odds. And they use both teams to score and some of the over-unders, where you're betting, you know, will they score? If you go to Coral and say they will not score, this whole match will not have 3.5 goals. It will be under 3.5 goals. Then you would come here and say you would lay that. So, which means that if there are 3.5, over 3.5 goals, you win this bet here. And that's all Betfair is. It looks a lot more scary, and there's a lot of stuff you don't need on here. Let's say we were going to place a bet on this one that we mentioned, 4.2. It comes up with this lovely little box. I mean, all you have to do is put a value in there. Which value? Well, this value. You just copy that there, and you just shove it in there. If we were going to make that bet, place bet, confirm bet. Okay. With this one, you do the same thing. It's 4.2 with Smarkets, and you shove it in there. Yeah. I'm not going to do it, but that's all Betfair is. It's that simple. There's no need to make it harder. You'll hear about things like Betfair trading, which I've mentioned already, and it's a completely different kettle of fish. You're basically gambling, but you're gambling in a very calculated way that means you'll often win more than you lose. I won 16 quid today, Betfair trading. The big boys earn hundreds and hundreds of pounds a day Betfair trading, Canberry and people like that, but it's not for me, Betfair trading. But that's all you need to know for match betting. Just this is where you place your labour. You look at these numbers here, 4.6, 1.85, 4.2. You whack them in whichever one you need into the calculator along with your back odds. Copy that, whack it into the bet, and go. And then you're good to go. Have fun.